I think what God is after is a generous heart and open hands. My family, we've always tithed 10%. And so since we were married, we've tithed 10%. Even when we were making 12 grand a year, owing $40,000 in student loans, there was just no cable television, and there were no gym memberships, and there were those kind of, we didn't eat out much at all, if any, back then. Those were the kind of things that we did to make sure we were tithing. But again, and you'll see on our website, if you want to look up some of these articles that we've written and sermons that we've preached, we don't necessarily believe in a 10% New Testament tithe. If you look at Old Covenant, really the Israelite in the Old Covenant would give up to 25% if you included the festivals and the offerings that they were required on top of the tithe, or 10%. Most scholars would agree it's almost 25% of what one would own that they were giving over to worship of the Lord. And so we see in the New Testament that Jesus enters motivation and intent into the giving equation. And so he wants our giving to be cheerful. He wants it to be sacrificial. He wants it to be generous. And so I would learn to think of my giving in those ways and not in kind of a set 10% bracket. Although I have found that that's really helpful for me to just go, this 10%, I know this 10% is going to the church. And then I want to look at other ways I might be generous.